everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a pet room tour. Now it's been literally forever since I've done one of these. We've just moved house, so obviously the animals have had to move into a new accommodation. So it's taken me a good month to get everything kind of how I want it, and I'm sure I'll change things here and there as we go along. But I'm actually pretty happy with how it is right now, so we're gonna get on with the tour. Now, I'm gonna start from, I suppose, the very start of the room. I mean, to begin with, I just have a few things hanging up, nothing too interesting here. And pretty much the first thing I have is all my hay stacked up here. So yeah, I've just got literally all these boxes are full of their meadow hay. And then next to this we have the fridge. I kind of unintentionally ended up with this fridge. I wasn't meant to have this one, but we ended up with two, so I just use this one for the animals' vegetables. So this is kind of the feeding part of the room, if you like, all the feeds. So I mean, I'm not gonna go and do a full fridge tour, but we just have all the animals' vegetables in here, a few bits and pieces. So that is pretty much the animals' fresh food in the fridge. So the first cage I'm going to be showing you is the guinea pigs. So here are my 5 guinea pigs, and I have a neutered male called Bramley. Bramley is here, and then all the rest are females. So this cage we actually built using materials we already had. It was completely free, and it's just basically the wood off an old cot bed, and then we used vinyl flooring to make the base. So super cheap, basically cost us nothing to make, and it works fantastic. It's really nice and spacious for the guinea pigs, and yeah, they absolutely love it. I've just wrapped these fairy lights around because I think it makes it look really pretty. And yeah, basically this is the guinea pigs accommodation. They have various different natural items. They've got different cork pieces, some bits of wood to chew and hide under and stuff like that. They've got their IKEA hay rack here. It's just a storage unit thing from IKEA. And they've got tunnels, wicker baskets. Hazel, oh my goodness. Why does this happen when I try and film? So yeah, pretty natural setup, but yeah, they seem to really like it. I literally cleaned them out like literally an hour ago, and already it looks a mess, but we'll deal with that. So I'm just going to give them their fresh food because they'll be pretty hungry right now. Oh. Okay, so that's the guinea pigs enclosure. I'm now going to move over to my skinny pigs. Technically are guinea pigs, but I like to kind of just call them the skinny pigs just because it's easier. People get very confused by what they are. They're literally just a hairless type of guinea pig. And these two are both males. They're brothers actually. And oh, hi boys. They live in the Living World habitat from Zoo Plus. It was quite a pricey cage, but it's absolutely lovely. It's really nice perspex, and it's really good to see them through. In fact, it does come with this lid, but it's so much easier to see them without it. It just makes a lot of difference having that off. So I do like to keep that off, and it does allow a bit more ventilation, but I do put the lid on at night just so it keeps them a bit warmer. So if you're wondering about temperature wise in here, it's actually about 20 degrees. We do keep a thermostat down here to make sure it's about 20 degrees, so it's always plenty warm enough for the Guinea Pigs. They do have a few cozies and stuff though, just to keep extra warm, and they've got obviously a few things to play with, their hay rag, water, etc. So I'm going to go feed them now as well. They always go in for the broccoli first, they absolutely love it. Cute. Okay, so that is the Guinea Pigs. Now, here is my shelving unit. Over to this side, I forgot to mention I have a few little decoration bits. I've got obviously the bunting, a few photos and some stickers on the wall, which are also from IKEA. But up here I have dehumidifier, which I'm actually going to turn off right now if I can. This cage is on wheels, so it's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but it can move like that. I'm just going to turn this off because it is a little bit noisy. I cannot turn it off. There we go. So that just basically keeps the room a bit like the air dryer and not quite as humid and stuff. So they have I have all the carriers here and stuff, a few random bits and pieces, and their dry food and stuff, medical kits, weighing scales, some fleece cuddle cups and stuff, and some more carriers, just random bits and pieces really. It's quite useful storage shelving unit, that just for me to put all my bits and bobs. So yeah, that is all the guinea pig setups and everything, storage. Now moving on to the other side of the room. So this is the heater we use, and we actually keep it on pretty low, but it does maintain the heat in this room. And actually the reason this room is better than our old room is because it is not sealed quite as much as the old room, so it does mean the air quality is a lot healthier than it was at our last place. So obviously the dehumidifier helps, but it's definitely a lot fresher in the air, which is so important for the health of the animals and keeping a healthy environment in the room. So these are my gerbils. Now I thought I would quickly explain the circumstances with my gerbils and why I have 3 cages. So the cages, just to begin with, I thought I'd mention that they are from the company Rodipet. It's the Ola Habitats, and these are fantastic cages, by the way. Really lovely, really spacious, perfect for gerbils needs, so highly recommend. But it is a German company, but you can get it in the UK and various other countries. So these are on the lac tables. Now the reason why my gerbils are actually in separate cages, it's quite hard to explain really. One of my gerbils used to live with another, and he was very, very aggressive and dominant and actually did a lot of damage to the other one. And we thought, you know, for obviously the safety of the other animals, we had to separate him and keep him by himself. So that other gerbil actually then got moved in with another, and, you know, had a great life with this guy here. Sadly, he now passed away, so we're left with this little guy on his own, which is a shame, it really is, but he's doing really well by himself actually. It's very, very tricky to get gerbils up here as well, where I've moved to. There just are literally none anywhere. They don't have them in the pet shops or for adoption, so it's a bit of a struggle really. So Sooty here is by himself because he is very dominant with other gerbils. He's an absolute sweetheart with people though. You are lovely, aren't you? Hey! He's just sat on this birch bark piece. I have these on my shop, by the way, if you're interested, because it's quite hard to get stuff like this in the pet shops. But yeah, he loves that. So he's got his sand bath, he's got a few wooden pieces to play with, you know, a few bits and bobs and things. And he's got his wheel, which he has filled with bedding. And his water bottle just sits on the back of that. Alright, Sooty? Okay, so I've got a fairly deep layer. He does like to move his bed around and dig tunnels and stuff, so it works pretty well for him. And he absolutely loves sitting on top of his wheel as well. That's his little chill out place. He'll probably do that during this video. So yeah, Sooty does live by himself. but he is super chill. He absolutely loves having his own space. But I would say to anyone who's thinking about getting gerbils, please consider getting 2 or more. They are such social animals, and only due to my circumstances I do keep them. I do keep Sooty on his own and Roo on his own because he recently lost his partner. But they are such social animals, and you'll see with these two, these are brothers. They're playing with their new chew toy, I think. Oh, and if you're wondering, this nesting material, people keep asking me if it's like cotton or if it's dangerous. Absolutely not. It's 100% safe. It's actually hemp fibre, and it's so soft without having, obviously, the dangers which the cotton does. So it's really great, really nice fluffy bedding, but without being dangerous. So hello, sweetie. This is Joey and this is Kanga, brothers that absolutely do not look anything like each other. And also their brother is also Roo, who lives in here, which looks just like Kanga. It's very confusing, and actually Joey looks a lot like Sooty, but they're not related. It's very confusing. If you've not been following me for very long, this will seem very confusing, but yeah, maybe that's a video for another day. But they have their silent spinner wheel. This is about 12 inches, I think. It's actually a pretty good wheel. They do like to run on it together because it's quite a heavy one, so they both fit on it at the same time. I'm hoping they'll do a little demonstration because it's the sweetest thing to watch. So yeah, I think they're just looking for their food right now. I normally feed them around this time, so you can tell what they're looking for. I knew you'd be up on there. So you love it on top of your wheel. I don't know how he gets there or why he sits on there, but he seems to love it up there. So yeah, they've just got various different tunnels, things to chew on. I thought I would go with the Valentine's little theme. Thought I should make an effort. Oh my god. There you go. So yeah, they've also got their sand bath down here, a few things to climb on. And that's basically it. They do have a water bowl though, because I couldn't really find anywhere to put a bottle in this cage. But yeah, apart from the fact they knocked it over earlier, it has been working pretty well. Okay, so now moving on to Roo's cage. Roo has just moved in here today. We were waiting for a new part of this cage, so that's why it took me a bit longer to get him settled in, but finally he just moved in today, and it's so nice to see him in here. Obviously, like, since he lost his pal, it's been quite hard for him. He's been in a not very, not brilliant cage, and I've been waiting to get this set up, but it's honestly so nice to see him now that he's actually so much happier, really back to himself. Now he's got, lots of enrichment and space, and I definitely did try and do my best to get him companionship, but there's just no gerbils up here. Plus you sort of end up in this never-ending cycle of having to replace them when one passes away, and it's really tricky to sort of get out of that. But as he's over a year old now, probably going to keep him by himself. He's not really showing any signs of loneliness, but like I said earlier, I would highly recommend, if you're looking into getting gerbils, getting them companionship, because they really do thrive off the companionship. And if it was possible, I would have definitely tried to get him a friend, but it's just not, unfortunately, due to the circumstances. So yeah, basically his setup, he does have a wheel, but I'm just washing it right now, which is why it's not in here. This is his sand bath, which is actually a salad bowl. I know, very random. And actually I found a pretty cool way of getting his water bottle now. I was quite proud of that. Why are you trying to escape now? So yeah, he's got various different things to chew on, giving him quite a considerable amount of bedding just to burrow in and stuff like that. So that's his setup. He's literally just spent the last few hours running around, exploring. He's probably gonna sleep really well tonight. Hey, it's like a palace, isn't it? So yeah, they're lovely cages though, honestly, like for gerbils, hamsters, possibly some types of mice, I'm not sure, but it would probably work for them as well. So yeah, lovely cages, and you're demonstrating that beautifully, aren't you? I don't think I have much more to show, to be honest. That's basically the majority. I've obviously got, you know, the bedding. They're on hemp bedding, so that's that. Buckets under there. I've got random stickers all over the room, which I actually put up recently. I think they're so cute though. So yeah, they're literally just scattered all around the room, but just add something, a little nice touch to the room. I kind of like it. He's just trying to jump up now because I've got the lid off. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the long-awaited tour. And yeah, I was so excited to share it with you guys because obviously everything is brand new. But yeah, all the animals have pretty much settled in now in our new house in Scotland, so really exciting to see them all settling into their new homes. So yeah, we'll see you guys soon.